Missy or Mrs. Skeevious here to do a length scavenger hunt with you today. I'm so excited to get you up and moving and doing some math. So you're going to need a few materials for this exciting activity today. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a piece of paper, any piece of paper, lined or printer paper or construction paper will do. And if you have a ruler at home, you can grab that now. Measuring tape will also work. You're just going to need to measure in inches today. Okay? If you don't have a ruler or measuring tape at home, that's what the paper and scissors are for, and that's what's going to help us make our own ruler. You'll also need a writing utensil of some sort to mark our inches on our rulers. So I'll give you a second to go ahead and go grab those objects. Alright, so for those of us who don't have a ruler at home, that's okay because we can make our own. It might not be perfect or exact in inches, but it'll be good enough for our activity for today. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your piece of paper, and you're going to want to flip it so that it's the long way, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a strip off the edge here. It's going to end up looking like this. Okay, so go ahead and cut that strip off the edge. And it does not have to be perfect. It's all right to make mistakes as long as you try your best. So, now we should have a strip that looks about like this. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is, since you don't have a ruler, you might not know how long an inch is. What you can do instead to estimate about an inch is find a small paper clip like this one, or a quarter. So if you can find one of those, you can go ahead and line it up to the edge of your ruler here, and that's going to make about an inch. Remember, since we're making our own ruler, it's not going to be perfect, but we're estimating so that we can still practice length. Okay, so what you're going to do is, after you put your paper clip lined up to the edge there, you're going to get your writing utensil, and you're going to make a small mark, just like this one. Okay? And since we're starting here at 0, if we go over 1, that's going to be 1 inch. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and write the word inch, inch, and then the number 1 to show this is 1 inch on my homemade ruler. So you can go ahead and continue making your inches now all the way to the edge. I've already done this step, and it should look something like this when you're finished. Now, a normal ruler has 12 inches in it, okay? If you look at my homemade ruler, it is not exactly perfect, but it will do the trick for today, okay? So, once you're done either gathering your ruler or your homemade ruler is finished being made, you'll be ready for the next step of our scavenger hunt. Okay, so step 1, we made our ruler, or we're going to use our own that we have at home. Step 2, this is the fun part, you get to go on the scavenger hunt. So what I went ahead and did is I made a scavenger hunt of some things that I thought would be fun to look for around my home, and I listed them. I made a check mark to say when I found the object, and then next to the object I put a blank line and then inches, so I can record how long my object is in inches when I find it. Okay, I'm going to do an example of one of these for you so that you know how to measure the objects around your house. If you would like to pause the screen here and copy my scavenger hunt, feel free to do that. Or you can come up with your own ideas. You can be as creative as you want. You can do as many or as little as you like. Okay, the point is to have fun and practice using length for math. So I'm going to use my homemade ruler for this, and I went ahead and gathered something that was green from my kitchen. I found one of my mint tea bags. I use this to make tea. So it's green and it's small enough for me to measure with my homemade ruler. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you don't know how to measure with a ruler, what you're going to do is you want to start on the edge that is 0 and then measure however many inches it is going up. We wouldn't want to start on this side because then we would be going backwards. So my tea bag, I'm just going to go ahead and measure it. I'll measure it going this way. I'm going to put it right to the edge of my homemade ruler. And then I'm going to look to see where it stops. Okay? So this one is not stopping at 2, and it's not quite stopping at 3. It's right in between. So I'm going to estimate that this is about 2.5 inches. If you're not sure what half means yet, that's okay. You can just go ahead and put whichever inch it's closest to and either go down or up. All right? I'm going to go ahead and write 2.5 inches on my recording sheet. So, I'm going to need that writing utensil. And if you made a list just like I did of your scavenger hunt, you can go ahead to go to 4 things that are green. I found one of them. I can even write what it was next to it just so I remember. It was a tea bag, and I said it was about 2.5 inches. Okay, so now you have the rest of your items to go on your scavenger hunt. I hope you have fun collecting them and recording their measurements. You are now ready to go on your length scavenger hunt. Have a great time and have fun doing math. Bye!